First, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mike Tyson. We all know the stories, we've seen the highlights. This is a guy who became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old, a record that still stands today. Tyson's boxing style was pure aggression, a whirlwind of power and speed that overwhelmed his opponents. He wasn't just throwing punches, he was launching heat-seeking missiles with every swing. His peekaboo style, honed under the watchful eye of the legendary Cus D'Amato, was designed to break down opponents both physically and mentally. Tyson's combination of raw power, incredible hand speed, and intimidating ring presence made him one of the most feared boxers of all time. But it wasn't just his physical attributes that made him great. Tyson had this aura about him, this primal intensity that could make even the toughest opponents crumble before the first bell even rang. He was a force of nature, and in his prime, he was practically unstoppable. Now, on the other side of this epic clash, we have Sigma, a character straight out of the Overwatch universe. He's not your typical fighter. Sigma is a brilliant astrophysicist who gained control over gravity after a disastrous experiment went wrong. He might not have Tyson's raw power, but Sigma brings a whole other level of weirdness and unpredictability to the table. This is a guy who can fly, create hyperspheres of pure gravitational energy, and even manipulate the fabric of space-time itself. He can create barriers to block Tyson's punches, launch projectiles from afar, and even lift Tyson off the ground and slam him back down with bone-crushing force. Sigma is a walking paradox, a gentle giant with the power to obliterate anything in his path. His mental state might be fractured, but his grasp of physics and his ability to manipulate it make him a formidable opponent for anyone, even Mike Tyson. Let's be real for a second. Tyson has some serious advantages in this matchup. First off, the man is a physical specimen. In his prime, he was a solid 220 pounds of pure muscle, with a physique sculpted for delivering knockout blows. He was incredibly agile for his size, and his footwork was like a dance, allowing him to weave through punches and close the distance with lightning speed. And when he connected, forget about it. Tyson's punches weren't just powerful, they were devastating. He had this uncanny ability to generate power from his legs and hips, transferring it through his core and unleashing it with devastating force. He could knock you out with either hand, and he often did. But beyond the physical, Tyson had this mental toughness, this killer instinct that separated him from the rest. He wasn't afraid to get hit. In fact, he thrived on it. He'd use head movement to slip punches, get inside, and unleash a flurry of hooks and uppercuts that would leave his opponents seeing stars. Now let's not count Sigma out just yet. He might not have Tyson's physical gifts, but he's packing some serious firepower of his own. We're talking about a guy who can literally manipulate gravity. Imagine Tyson trying to land a punch when Sigma can just alter the gravitational field around him, making Tyson feel like he's punching through quicksand. And then there's Sigma's hyperspheres, these little balls of doom that he can launch at Tyson from afar. These things pack a serious punch, and they can even bounce off walls, making it almost impossible for Tyson to dodge them. And if things get really hairy, Sigma can always create a mini black hole right in front of Tyson's face. I don't care how tough you are, you're not surviving that. Sigma's abilities are all about controlling the battlefield, dictating the pace of the fight, and keeping his opponents off balance. He's a master strategist, always thinking several steps ahead, and he's got the firepower to back it up. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's imagine a scenario, a regulation boxing ring, no ropes, just a flat surface. Tyson, in his prime, steps into the ring, and across from him stands Sigma. The bell rings, and the fight begins. Tyson, being the aggressor, would come out swinging, trying to close the distance and unleash his signature power punches. But Sigma, with his ability to manipulate gravity, could easily create a force field around himself, deflecting Tyson's blows. He could use his hyperspheres to keep Tyson at bay, peppering him with long-range attacks. Tyson, used to opponents wilting under his pressure, would find himself frustrated, unable to land a clean shot. Sigma, however, is no stranger to chaos. He'd use Tyson's aggression against him, creating openings and exploiting them with precision. This wouldn't be a slugfest. It would be a tactical dance, a battle of wits and endurance. But let's up the ante. Instead of one Sigma, let's say Tyson is facing multiple Sigmas simultaneously. I'm talking about a whole team of these gravity-bending badasses, all gunning for Iron Mike. Now this is where things get really interesting. Tyson's strength lies in his one-on-one dominance, his ability to break down a single opponent. But against multiple Sigmas, his aggressive style could be his downfall. Imagine Tyson trying to chase down one Sigma, only to be bombarded by hyperspheres from all directions. He'd be constantly on the defensive, overwhelmed by the sheer number of attacks. The Sigmas, working in unison, could coordinate their attacks, using their combined gravitational powers to create a vortex of chaos. They could lift Tyson off the ground, suspend him in midair, and unleash a barrage of hyperspheres from all angles. It would be like fighting a team of gravity-bending ninjas, all moving with uncanny precision and coordination. Now, let's not forget what makes Mike Tyson so formidable. We're talking about a guy who once said, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face." And he's right. No matter how strong Sigma's gravitational powers are, they can't protect him from a direct hit from Iron Mike. One well-placed uppercut, one thunderous right hook, and it's game over. Tyson's power is the great equalizer in this fight. He doesn't need to outsmart Sigma's gravity manipulation if he can connect with a knockout punch. And let's not forget Tyson's speed. People often underestimate just how fast he was in his prime. He could close the distance in the blink of an eye, slipping under Sigma's guard and delivering a fight-ending blow before Sigma even knew what hit him. Tyson's fighting style is all about overwhelming his opponents with speed and power, and even someone with Sigma's abilities would have a hard time countering that. But here's the thing about Sigma. His powers aren't just about offense, they're about control. He can manipulate gravity to slow Tyson down, to make him feel like he's wading through mud. Imagine Tyson, known for his lightning-fast reflexes, suddenly moving in slow motion, his punches losing their snap, his agility reduced to a crawl. That's what Sigma's gravity manipulation can do. He can create a localized gravitational field around Tyson, making it feel like he's carrying an extra 100 pounds on his shoulders. And if that's not enough, Sigma can use his gravity flux to lift Tyson off the ground completely. Imagine Tyson, suspended in midair, helpless, as Sigma rains down hyperspheres on him from above. That's the kind of tactical advantage Sigma has in this fight. He can control the battlefield, dictate the pace, and use Tyson's own momentum against him. So, who wins this hypothetical showdown? It's a question that has sparked endless debates among fight fans and gamers alike. Some argue that Tyson's raw power and ferocity would be too much for Sigma to handle. They envision Tyson slipping past Sigma's defenses, landing a thunderous right hook, and sending the gravity-bending scientist crashing to the canvas. Others believe that Sigma's unique abilities give him a significant edge. They see him outmaneuvering Tyson, using his gravity manipulation to control the fight, and wearing down the boxing legend with a relentless barrage of hyperspheres. The truth is, there's no easy answer. This fight could go either way. It would depend on a number of factors, including the environment, the rules of engagement, and even the mental state of both combatants. Ultimately, it would come down to who could best adapt to the other's fighting style and exploit their weaknesses. In the red corner we have Mike Tyson, the youngest heavyweight boxing champion in history, a man who struck fear into the hearts of his opponents with his ferocious power and lightning-fast hands. He's a brawler, a knockout artist, a force of nature unleashed in the ring. In the blue corner we have Sigma, the enigmatic astrophysicist, a master manipulator of gravity, wielding the very fabric of space-time as his weapon. He's a strategist, a tactician, a walking paradox of scientific brilliance and unstable power. This fight is a clash of titans, a battle between two completely different fighting styles, two different worlds colliding. It's a testament to the enduring allure of hypothetical matchups, of pitting the best of the best against each other in our imaginations. In the end, it's up to you to decide who you think would win. Would it be Tyson's brute force that carries the day, or would Sigma's gravity-defying abilities prove too much for the boxing legend to handle? This is a fight for the ages, a battle that transcends the boundaries of reality and enters the realm of pure speculation. And that, my friends, is what makes it so damn entertaining. So, there you have it, folks. Mike Tyson versus Sigma, the ultimate hypothetical showdown. Who do you think would win this epic battle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more epic battles, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. Until next time, keep those hypothetical matchups coming, and keep the spirit of debate alive.